to win in any marketplace. Thank you for tuning in to Tuttle Talk every Sunday, 4 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer. I look forward to speaking with you.
Hi, I'm Rick Foster with Guardian Financial Management and the host of Plain Talk No Worries Financial Hour. Heard right here on 660 AM at 4 o'clock every Saturday. Do you know why the stock market did so well in the 80s and 90s and why there have been 2 major crashes in the last 16 years? You need to know the reasons why so you can make the right decisions for your family. Listen to Plain Talk No Worries here every Saturday at 4 o'clock and we will pull back the curtains and show you the truth. That's 4 o'clock on Saturday right here on 660 AM The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. What do we always say? We ought to eat better. We ought to eat together as a family. We ought to make more stuff at home. But it's hard. You got to shop. You got to plan. Does anybody know how to cook anymore? That's why I'm so happy to discover Blue Apron and introduce you to them. Blue Apron, the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. The ingredients are fresh and fantastic. Meat, seafood, vegetables. You will love it. It's affordable, incredible variety, flexible. Customize your recipes each week based on your preferences. It's easy. Quality is guaranteed. Get a load of this. First 3 meals free with free shipping just by going to blueapron.com/Davis. Blueapron.com/Davis. You love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. Blueapron.com/Davis. My family loves it. You will too. Affordable, great variety, tastes great. Blueapron.com/Davis. Blueapron.com/Davis.
Do the Google search results for you or your business make you angry? Unfavorable comments, negative reviews, embarrassing pictures, and harmful articles on the internet are worse than irritating. They can really damage your life and your livelihood. Why? People treat online search results as facts, even if they're not true. Fortunately, you can get real relief from negative search results with ReputationDefender.com. Reputation Defender combats harmful search content using our patented system that makes the best things jump out when people Google you. Trust your personal and professional reputation to the experts with over 10 years experience getting results. Visit ReputationDefender.com to get a free no-obligation expert consultation and Reputation Defender's free online monitoring service, which gives you a detailed picture of how you look online. To get started for free or to learn more, visit Reputation Defender on the web at ReputationDefender.com.
Are you one of the millions suffering from ED? Feeling frustrated and embarrassed when you can't perform? Do you feel like you're all alone with no one to talk to? Now there's help. Even if you've tried Viagra or Cialis without success, the experts at Rebalance Wellness Centers design FDA-approved treatments that are effective. Man, if you have performance issues, it's time to call Rebalance Wellness Centers for a free consultation. Rebalance Wellness Centers accept most major insurance plans. They offer ED treatments as well as testosterone replacement therapy, medically supervised weight loss programs, and nutrition plans. Reignite your passion and rejuvenate your sex life. Don't wait. Your free consultation is personalized and confidential so that you can enjoy life to its fullest again. Call Rebalance Wellness Centers today for a better you. Call 800-511-8948. That's 800-511-8948. 800-511-8948.
Hey, everybody, Mark Davis. I want to tell you I'll be out with my friends at Eagle Gun Range in Louisville for a book signing this Saturday, 11 to 1. My book, Upside Down, How the Left Turned Right into Wrong, Truth into Lies, Good into Bad. I'll have those between 11 and 1. But let me tell you about my friends at Eagle Gun Range because you need to go there anytime. It is DFW's premier family-friendly indoor gun range and training facility, open daily with 24 state-of-the-art indoor lanes for both pistols and rifles, 72 degrees year-round. Whether you're an experienced marksman or a beginner, this is your place. Professional instructors improve your accuracy and gun safety. Wide variety of guns, ammo, accessories. $5. Try any of over 100 rental guns before you buy. Lane rentals just $20 a day. Experience what so many already know. It's the best facility in North Texas. Open 10 till 9, conveniently in Louisville on Valley Ridge, just east of I-35. And I'll be there book signing and lots of cool giveaways this coming Saturday, 11 to 1. Go to EagleGunRangeTX.com. EagleGunRangeTX.com, and I'll see you Saturday, 11 to 1 at Eagle Gun Range in Louisville. See you there.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. If it's important to you, we're talking about it right now on The Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. I have great news. Those of us who are friends of Senator Rick Santorum, were happy to find out that he is now a political correspondent and commentator on CNN. He says he does not believe Russia was behind the hack into the Democrat National Committee emails last year that U.S. intelligence agency says was an effort by Moscow to throw the election to Donald Trump. If there's a trail of breadcrumbs that says this is the Russians, it's probably not the Russians. Typical Rick Santorum. Very straightforward. The former Pennsylvania senator, who's now a CNN senior political commentator, also denied that the theft of the emails was a hack, instead calling it a phishing expedition. Pushed by Cuomo on whether he disagreed with the intelligence service's conclusion that Russia was behind the hack, he said, unfortunately, I think this is what Trump was worried about. It's the politicization of intelligence. He is completely and totally correct, as usual. He has this infuriating habit of being completely correct all the time. Rick Santorum is easily one of the best informed, most intelligent men I know. He's an incredible human being. He said the intelligence community based its conclusions on the findings of an outside contractor brought in by the DNC. And he said, in his opinion, using that contractor was wrong. Obviously, he is correct. This is the Wells Report. Back with more in a moment.
You need a plan as you get closer to retirement, a plan that will take you from where you are now to the retirement you've always dreamed about. The first step on that path is to tune into Wealth Smart, Saturdays at 9 a.m. Your host is Reed Johnson, president of Lake Point Advisory Group. You only retire once, but Reed helps people retire every day. Don't miss Wealth Smart every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at lakepointadvisorygroup.com for information on our free area stake dinner seminars and start working on your dream retirement now.
This is an urgent message for all individuals struggling with extremely large credit card debt. No matter how much you owe on your credit cards, the company that has settled more debt than anyone in the U.S. could settle your debt too, while you make one low monthly program payment. If you're serious about resolving your credit card debt, you have the opportunity to hear how low your monthly program payment could be for free. This free information is available now, courtesy of Freedom Debt Relief, the company that gets results. Call 1-800-600-5949. Repeat, if you are struggling with extremely large credit card debt, you may have the ability to reduce your total debt and get one simple low monthly program payment. This could allow you to resolve your debt faster than you thought possible. Call Freedom Debt Relief now to learn how much you could save. 1-800-600-5949. This life-changing information is available free only to those serious about dealing with their credit card debt. Call 1-800-600-5949. 1-800-600-5949.
Hey, for years now, you've heard us talk about the great success Genesis Back and Neck has with spinal decompression. Well, now they've teamed up with the medical providers of Elevani Health Group to offer truly amazing treatments for knee pain and knee arthritis. If you've been told you need knee surgery, or if you suffer from chronic knee pain, then listen to this. Frank Reed here to tell you about the gel injections that I got from the Elevani Health Group working with Genesis Back and Neck. These treatments are virtually painless. They work immediately, and the results are long-lasting. The bottom line is that these treatments really do work. My knee pain is completely gone. They can see you the same day in most cases. You don't have to wait months, and the treatments are usually covered by your insurance, even Medicare. Call today for your free consultation, 817-328-1922, or go online, Elevani, Elevani health.com. Don't suffer with the knee pain any longer. Call 817-328-1922.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler. Tomorrow at noon, he'll be sworn in as president. Tonight at a dinner in his honor, Donald Trump joked about the forecast.
It may rain, it may not rain. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I mean, the truth is, if it really pours, that's okay, because people will realize it's my real hair, and that's okay.
Actor Alec Baldwin, who plays the soon-to-be president on Saturday Night Live, spoke at a protest rally tonight in New York City about the president-elect's cabinet picks.
These people are a disgrace. They are a disgrace to everything you and I believe in. But there is hope, and the hope is us and us fighting 100 Days of Resistance.
Newly arrived in New York City, Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman extradited to face drug charges here. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
It is not easy to know if you're making the right decisions with your finances and savings. If your financial plan is even slightly out of tune, you may be paying too much for taxes or retiring without a sound income plan. Jamie Blumenthal at Retirement Strategies and Solutions can help. Listen to 660 AM The Answer Saturdays at 8 p.m. to retire the right way. Or call Jamie now at 800-287-1667. That's 800-287-1667.
This is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, and I'd like to invite you to join me for our talk show every Sunday morning. We're actually trying to convert the world to organics. We talk about the natural organic program for farming, ranching, gardening, and pest control. Also, a lot of talk about health issues for animals and people. Hope you can join us for all the fun.
Make sure to tune in to Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis from my friends at Walker AC. The AC stands for air conditioning. It'll be a little while before we need that again. In the meantime, it's heat that is at issue. And let me tell you, Walker AC is my heating company as well. Walker Air Conditioning and Heating at walkerac.com, and the magic phone number 972-4 Walker, 972-4 These are the people to go to when your system needs fixing, when your system needs replacing. They're never going to sell you a system you don't need. They're going to do the repairs right at a fair price. If they can't fix it, they'll tell you about it and introduce you to the best price on the best system for you. It's people you can trust. Isn't that what it's all about? Trust with AC and heating, and Walker AC is there for you at walkerac.com and 972-4 972 4 If something's just not working right, if things are chilly when they shouldn't be, your heater's not working, give them a call. 972-4 4 972-4 or walkerac.com.
Acme Home Insurance.
Yes, I'd like to make a claim.
What are you wanting to claim, sir?
My air conditioner broke down.
Sorry, but your home insurance doesn't cover air conditioner breakdowns.
So what do you cover?
Home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
A zombie apocalypse? But that'll never happen.
But if it did, you'd be covered, sir.
But not my air conditioner?
I'm afraid not.
But his air conditioner could have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus components of 20 other major home systems and appliances, like his electrical system, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, call 1-800-700-1134. Home insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Life happens. Have a plan. Get a home warranty from American Home Shield. For valuable free information, call 1-800-700-1134. That's 1-800-700-1134. 1-800-700-1134.
Futures and options trading involves financial risk. It is not suitable for all investors.
Hi, I'm Larry Levin, president of Trading Advantage. I'm sure you've heard me talking about the markets on TV and radio. Here at Trading Advantage, we taught thousands of people how to trade. In fact, many of you listening have seen the success that comes from joining our programs. But for those who haven't, one of the most powerful ways we teach people is in our online live signals rooms. This is where my expert coaches call out live trading signals in stocks, options, futures, and Forex. I'm telling you this because I want you to try it for free today. Just call me and leave me your email address on my voicemail. I'll give you a password that will let you check it out for an entire trading day. Call 800-300-5711. My live signal rooms are exciting, fun, and you'll discover some trading methods you probably didn't know before. It's a great way to learn, and it's free. Just leave me a voicemail with your email address, and I'll give you a password so you can check it out. Call 800-300-5711 and leave me your email address on my voicemail to get your password. That's 800-300-5711. Again, that's 800-300-5711.
Welcome to Staples.
Staples guy. I've resolved to save my office money in 2017.
During Staples' January printing event, you can get up to $80 off a lightning-fast HP OfficeJet Pro printer. It can save time and money.
Oh, that kind of savings will impress the boss. Maybe this year he'll stop calling me Noob Guy Nick.
Well, there are worse nicknames.
I've worked there 6 years, and my name's Doug.
Resolve to save during Staples' January printing event with up to $80 off HP OfficeJet Pro printers. Staples. Make more happen. Ends 1/21/17. See store staples.com for details. Restrictions may apply.
Toby Max Hits Deep Tour is back.
Speak light to the deadest, darkest night.
Get ready to sing along with Matt Marr and Mandisa. Mac Powell from Third Day, plus Holland, Ryan Stevenson, and Capital Kings, an awakening event from the Awakening Foundation.
A Dallas Baptist University concert series event. Verizon Theater in Grand Prairie, February 24th and 25th. Tickets at axs.com. Did you pay a lot for that quote top-of-the-line mattress and it's already breaking down and uncomfortable? Time to look into the Sovereign European Sleep System. The Sovereign bed is simply a better bed made with certified organic cotton and wool covers and 100% natural latex cushioning. Never polyurethane or memory foam. More comfortable too, custom tailored for greater individualized comfort based on your size, weight, and primary sleeping positions. Superior comfort and durability with made-in-America prices. Sovereign European Sleep Systems in Dallas and Southlake. Learn more at sovn.com.
You can listen on the go. Find us on iHeartRadio. 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. The Associated Press reported this story probably before they figured out that President Obama was going to make one last dramatic gesture in his presidency. And I'm not talking about the commutation of more prison sentences and so on and so forth. Those will make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. I'll tell you more about that coming up in just a couple of moments. With a few final moves and a round of goodbyes, President Barack Obama quietly closed out his presidency today and prepared for life as a private citizen, which will begin in Palm Springs, California. The country is readying itself for President-elect Donald Trump, who had a wonderful day today and hopefully will have an even better one tomorrow, and then in the successive 4 years, be able to bring the country back to something that looks more like America to us, at least those of us who supported him in the first place. 8 years after he started his presidency with a burst of activity and executive orders, President Obama wound it down in low-key fashion. He didn't appear publicly during the day. He didn't leave the White House, though he was to accompany President-elect Trump at midday to the Capitol for his successor's swearing in. As the last remaining White House staffers picked up their belongings and cleared out, the President and First Lady Michelle Obama placed a farewell call to German Chancellor Angela Merkel, his last presidential call to a foreign leader. Merkel, President Obama's closest international partner, is the only one of his key European allies still in power as he leaves office, though she faces a difficult re-election in September. Hanging over President Obama's departure is the reality he's being replaced by a successor who has vowed to upend much of what he accomplished. President Obama implored Americans not to vote for Trump. He implored Americans not to vote for Trump, warning that he was dangerous and unfit, but the president-elect was elected by Americans anyway. In a letter to his supporters, President Obama said that when the arc of progress seems slow, Americans should remember that they are empowered as citizens to influence the nation's future for the better. We shall overcome, he added. All that I've learned in my time in office, I've learned from you, President Obama said. He said, you made me a better president, and you made me a better man. Only a skeleton staff remains in the West Wing, creating an eerily quiet feeling in normally bustling corridors. Photos of President Obama and his family that have for years lined the walls have been taken down, with some to be transferred to President Obama's personal office, leaving big white spaces on the walls. Most desks and offices were empty, having been vacated by the staffers who departed in recent weeks. Those staffers who were left packed up their desks, handed in their phones, and said teary farewells to their colleagues. This has truly been a pleasure, one White House staffer declared over the intercom. President Obama did save one major announcement for his final day: commutations for 330 drug offenders who appealed to him for clemency. The final round of grants brought to 1,715 the total number of incarcerated inmates whose sentences President Obama has commuted more than any other president. As his family packed up the living quarters where he and Mrs. Obama raised their two daughters, President Obama received the president's daily briefing for the final time and had lunch with Vice President Joe Biden. His administration also disclosed it transferred 4 final detainees out of Guantanamo Bay, but conceded President Obama had failed to fulfill his promise to close the prison. President Obama also staffed up for his life and work as a former president, hiring a trio of former familiar faces, but former faces. Obama tapped his White House principal deputy press secretary to be his senior advisor and a former White House aide to be his spokesman, while First Lady Michelle Obama selected her communications director to stay on in that role when she became the former First Lady. After Trump is inaugurated on Friday, ex-President Obama will fly by helicopter to Andrews Air Force Base, where he will speak to longtime aides, thank them for their work. Then he and his family will board the presidential aircraft for their final flight to California, where they plan a quiet vacation in Palm Springs. The Obamas will return later to Washington, where they have rented a home and plan to live until youngest daughter Sasha finishes high school. There was something else President Obama did. He ordered U.S. B-2 bombers to strike and destroy 2 ISIS camps in Libya overnight. Initial estimates, over 80 militants were killed, according to U.S. officials. The strikes were on external actors who were actively plotting attacks in Europe, said Secretary of Defense Ash Carter. The mission was approved several days ago by President Barack Obama, is expected to be the last short-notice military operation ordered by him, according to sources. The fighters training in these camps posed a security risk to Libya, to its neighbors, to our allies in Africa and Europe, and to the United States, said Pentagon spokesman Peter Cook. While we are still evaluating the results of the strikes, the initial assessment indicates they were successful. A U.S. defense official said the militants were seen immediately beforehand carrying weapons, wearing tactical vests, holding mortars, and standing in formation. The Department of Defense showed reporters a rare video of surveillance footage of the ISIS fighters as they loaded what appeared to be shells and rocket-propelled grenades into pickup trucks. A second video showing the camps being bombed was also shown. The number killed was not released by the Pentagon, but the first estimate put the figure at over 80. There were no women and children in the area, said the official. Cook described the camps as being a very rural area. U.S. surveillance aircraft have been watching the sites for weeks as fighters fled from the Sirte on the coastline into what they perceived to be the safety of remote desert areas. But the isolation of the areas gave those surveillance aircraft clear imagery showing military-aged males in several areas, according to officials. The 2 camps that were destroyed were located 28 miles southwest of Sirte, according to the Pentagon. Cook said the strike was carried out by 2 U.S. Air Force B-2 Spirit bombers flying from Whiteman Air Force Base. That base in Missouri represents a 30-plus hour round-trip mission. Over 100 bombs and missiles were dropped on targets. It was the first time the aircraft were used in an attack since 2011. In addition to the B-2 bombers, unmanned aircraft also took part in the strikes, this according to defense officials. Initially, the rudimentary camps had moved and surveillance had to be conducted again before the strike. The B-2 heavy bombers flying from the U.S. were planning to bomb 4 camps, according to early reports. Some of the sites may have been empty, with fighters having moved again. U.S. Navy warships equipped with Tomahawk cruise missiles were also on standby if initial reports did indicate they were not needed. The president's approval of the strike underscores the closing hours of his administration, the difficulty of targeting ISIS fighters in dozens of countries around the world. President Obama has increasingly relied on armed drones, bombers, and special forces on the ground to go after these types of targets in Syria and Iraq. We are committed to maintaining pressure on ISIL and preventing them from establishing safe havens, said Cook. These strikes will degrade ISIL's ability to stage attacks against Libyan forces and civilians working to stabilize Sirte and demonstrate our resolve in countering the threat posed by ISIL to Libya, the United States, and our allies. Okay. Fine and dandy. The president, by the way, commuted life sentences of 4 Mexican drug cartel leaders. This is a part of 330 commutation to supposedly non-violent drug offenders. How is it that you can rationalize or reconcile these two headlines? Obama commutes life sentences of 4 Mexican cartel leaders. Obama grants final 333 commutations to nonviolent drug offenders. Apparently, these were the Mexican cartel leaders from the stuffed animal cartel and the sensual shoulder massage cartel. One last sarcastic shot at President Obama, I guess. 4 family members who ran one of the largest cartel smuggling operations in South Texas had their life in prison sentences commuted and likely will be returning to the border city from which they came. One of the main destinations that criminal organizations delivered drugs to was Chicago, Illinois. So these people delivered drugs to Chicago, Illinois. And the president of the United States. These are drug traffickers. And the president of the United States let them go. Four of those convicted criminals who had been sentenced to life in prison will be released by May 17th. They ran a criminal organization made up of close to 80 men and women who worked with Mexico's Gulf Cartel to move between 100,000 to almost 750,000 pounds of marijuana into the U.S. This in a 10-year period. The drugs were moved into Houston and then distributed to Atlanta, Chicago, and other major metropolitan areas. I can't believe the president is doing this. According to court records obtained by Breitbart, Texas, brothers Cesar Moreno Sr., Eduardo Moreno, Lazaro Moreno, and Luis Moreno, along with other relatives and friends, had been at the helm of a large-scale drug distribution operation based out of the border city of Roma, Texas. The area had long been one of the main distribution lines used by Mexico's Gulf Cartel to get large quantities of marijuana into the U.S. due to the remoteness of the area. And yes, 330 commutations to nonviolent drug offenders as they rode in the presidential limousine to the U.S. Capitol on inaugural day 2009. Former President George W. Bush offered some last-minute advice to President-elect Barack Obama. Announce a pardon policy early and stick to it. On the ride to Pennsylvania Avenue, I told President Obama about my frustrations with the pardon system, said President Bush. President Obama didn't seriously focus on pardons and commutations until 2014, 2 years into his second term. But on Thursday, his last full day in office, President Obama announced 330 more commutations, bringing the total number to 715. He granted commutations to more people than the last 12 presidents combined, including 568 inmates with life sentences. So apparently all those juries, all those judges, all those laws were wrong. And the president cements himself as a president who believes law is nothing more than a political tool. This is the Wells Report.
How will the future affect the money decisions you make now? Find out Saturday morning with Jerry Tuma and John Criswell on Smart Money. Smart Money will bring you the latest information regarding financial markets and what it means to you and your investment and retirement portfolio. Not knowing could be costly. Smart Money, a voice of experience and integrity, with Jerry Tuma and John Criswell. Saturday mornings at 8 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hey, does the idea of having your home sold on time without hassle and for top dollar, does that seem unrealistic to you? Hey, Dallas, it's your friend Sean Hannity, one real estate agent to sell your home guaranteed. That's Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. Josh averages hundreds of local, national, and international buyers every single week. Now, that means your home sells on time at a price that you agreed to, guaranteed, or Josh will buy it. Josh's clients voted, and both D Magazine and Texas Monthly ranked him as the best real estate agent in Dallas. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Josh in DFW. And if I lived in Dallas and needed my home sold, guess what? I'd call Josh DeShong, and you should too. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644 or go online at getsold.net. That's 972-325-6644 or getsold.net and start packing.
Just a heads up. This week is your last chance to save with Simply Safe's massive New Year's sale. Get $200 off their best-selling security system of 2016. This Simply Safe system has an arsenal of 17 security sensors to secure each door and window. It's got everything you need to protect your home. There's a panic button, a blaring extra siren, and a wireless connection to authorities and police dispatch, so your family, your home, and everything in it stays safe around the clock. And with Simply Safe, there's no long-term contract, no installation costs, and no hidden fees. So if you're worried at all about your home, don't wait. These Simply Safe security systems are flying off the shelves. Order today, and you'll also get free shipping and a 60-day risk-free trial with a full refund if you don't like it. Get your $200 off at simplysafe.com/holiday200. Hurry, this sale ends Sunday at midnight. simplysafe.com/holiday200.
Have you put off seeing the dentist because you can't afford to go? Are big dental bills taking a big toll on your wallet? Would you like to have dental insurance but think it's too expensive? If you answered yes to any of these questions, call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company for a free information kit. See how you can help protect your teeth and your wallet for less than $1 a day. 1-800-300-0855. This is real dental insurance that can help cover over 350 procedures, all the ones you're most likely to need. Everything from cleanings and fillings to crowns and dentures. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. You can see any dentist you choose, and you'll never pay a deductible. Call in the next 10 minutes, and we'll rush you a free information kit with all the details. 1-800-300-0855. That's 1-800-300-0855. 1-800-300-0855.
Ready and reliable. Anytime, night or day. When your plumbing's got problems or your drains are clogged, that's when you need AAA. You go to AAA-auger.com.
A few months back, I had a pretty substantial flood spewing from my water heater. AAA Auger Plumbing Services sent a crew out within 30 minutes to fix my problem. Very professional and very courteous. Thanks so much, AAA Auger.
So if you need a plumber fast, call AAA Auger Plumbing Services, where there's never a charge for coming out and no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. Call AAA Auger Plumbing Services 24-hour hotline now at 877-999-1979. That's 877-999-1979. License M37445.
When your plumbing's got problems or your drains are clogged, go to AAA-auger.com.
Have you ever considered joining the military but stopped because you couldn't deploy to a foreign country? Believe it or not, the state of Texas has its own military force that stands alongside the Texas National Guard, the Texas Air National Guard, and serves only inside the state of Texas. It's called the Texas State Guard. I'm Tech Sergeant John Wells of the 4th Air Wing, and we're looking for you to join us. Give us a call at 877-398-8350. That's 877-398-8350. If you love Texas as much as we do, join the 4th Air Wing of the Texas State Guard.
Dallas, Fort Worth's home for stimulating talk. 660 AM, The Answer. Now, by popular demand, The Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. We are on the eve of a change of American direction, a change of American leadership, a peaceful changeover of power that is the hallmark of the American experience. It's truly amazing, truly incredible. And I have enjoyed today. I got to see some of the inauguration activities. I plan on waking up tomorrow and enjoying a lot of the rest of them, because I think that this is going to be a good one. I think we are on the way to a better, more prosperous, happier country. And I believe, hopefully, and I don't know exactly whether or not this is going to be true, but I sincerely hope that at some level we get a federal government we can turn our backs on. It seemed that every time we turned our back on the Obama administration and what the government was doing, something bad happened. And so this constant watching of what was going on with the presidency and the Obama administration and so on and so forth, that constant surveillance was taxing on just about everyone. 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759, excuse me, I'm sorry. President Obama's famous pledge to close the Guantanamo Bay detention facility was done in by the evil of the men it houses. While hundreds of enemy combatants and terror suspects have been through the facility since the war on terror began, many returning to the fight, the most hardcore al-Qaeda operatives never ever captured still remain there. They're too dangerous to set free, and no one else wants them. During its peak, Guantanamo Bay held 778 suspected al-Qaeda operatives. President Obama accelerated the policy of his predecessor, President Bush, to free those deemed to be no longer a risk. Within the last week, another 14 released from the facility and were turned over to countries willing to hold them. That country that is most willing to hold this last batch, Oman. But the federal government admits once they leave Gitmo, there's no guarantee their new countries will keep them locked up. The Pentagon has estimated at least 30% have returned to the battlefield, killing Americans and their allies. And there's some big talent involved in the 14 that have just been released. Bomb makers, planners, leaders. Leadership is important. Leadership is incredibly important. The question is for the people that are leaving, whether or not Al-Qaeda or ISIS or Boko Haram or whomever will pick them back up, fearing that they may be double agents. I doubt that that's the case, but you don't know. The Trump administration is going to reverse President Obama's policy and keep Guantanamo Bay open. That is what I consider to be a just and, yes, even obvious move. As long as there are non-state actors willing to kill on a wholesale basis as many innocent civilians as they can possibly put their hands on or put their bombs near, then there needs to be Guantanamo Bay. It needs to hang over them like an ugly prison that they will never leave. Put that on your recruitment poster and smoke it. This is the Wells Report.
Hi, this is Andy Tuttle, host of Tuttle Talk every Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer. We're in a real estate market where there's a lot of difficulty, but in difficulty, there's a lot of opportunity as well. Buying, selling, avoiding foreclosure, modifying your credit, all these things are so important to your livelihood. This show is dedicated to cutting through some of the big headlines that you see out there and teaching you how to win in any marketplace. Thank you for tuning in to Tuttle Talk every Sunday, 4 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer. I look forward to speaking with you.
We finally have the home of our dreams, but it wasn't because we purchased the home of our dreams. It's because we purchased an ordinary home and hired the design experts at Adair's Fine Floors to make it extraordinary. From our complete bath renovation all the way to our sparkling new quartz countertops in our kitchen. Adair's Fine Floors does so much more than just floors. At Adair's, you'll find granite and quartz countertops, sinks, blinds, shutters, rugs, as well as a huge selection of wood, tile, carpet, and vinyl flooring. Adair's and their skilled installers will make sure your project will go as smoothly as possible from start to finish. The hardest decision you'll have to make is choosing from such a wide range of choices.
Stop by their showroom at the corner of Abrams and Royal in Lake Highlands and let them help you take your home from ordinary to extraordinary. Call 214-503-1324. That's 214-503-1324 or visit their website at adairsfloors.com. That's adairsfloors.com.
For my first pregnancy, I started getting pains in my legs and noticed spider and bulging veins popping up. For years, I'd watched my mom suffer with painful, knotty varicose veins, but she was too embarrassed to do anything. I love my mom and my legs. So I decided to take us both to Vein Clinics of America.
With over 200,000 successful procedures performed, Vein Clinics of America is the largest, most experienced vein treatment center in the U.S. Using state-of-the-art laser and minimally invasive treatments, they can begin restoring the natural beauty of your legs in as little as 1 hour with no downtime, and most treatments are covered by insurance.
Vein Clinics of America doctors are amazing. I got my beautiful legs back. Mom?
Thank you, honey. My legs are now pain-free for the first time in years. I can even wear dresses again.
Start the new year right by getting your beautiful legs back. Schedule a free fast-track consultation with one of our doctors. Call 800-300-3388. That's 800-300-3388. 800-300-3388.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis from my friends at Walker AC. The AC stands for air conditioning. It'll be a little while before we need that again. In the meantime, it's heat that is at issue. And let me tell you, Walker AC is my heating company as well. Walker Air Conditioning and Heating at walkerac.com, and the magic phone number 972-4, Walker, 972-4-Walker. These are the people to go to when your system needs fixing, when your system needs replacing. They're never going to sell you a system you don't need. They're going to do the repairs right at a fair price. If they can't fix it, they'll tell you about it and introduce you to the best price on the best system for you. It's people you can trust. Isn't that what it's all about? Trust with AC and heating, and Walker AC is there for you at walkerac.com and 972-4-WALKER, 972-4-WALKER. If something's just not working right, if things are chilly when they shouldn't be, your heater's not working, give them a call, 972-4-WALKER, 972-4-WALKER, or walkerac.com.
What goes up can come down. That's why if you're retired or retiring soon, it's critical to be able to grow your retirement portfolio when possible while helping to protect it from a stock market crash.
This is Ken Moraif, host of the Money Matters radio show, inviting you to our free seminar.
Choose 1 p.m. Saturday in Plano or 7 p.m. Tuesday, January 24th, Hyatt Place in Irving. Learn if you are properly diversified and more. Don't miss it. Reserve now at moneymatters.net. That's moneymatters.net, or call 800-994-0302.
Hi, can I have 2 steak tacos?
Flour or corn?
Oh, no tortillas and no steak. Also add turkey, lettuce, and tomato. And just put it between 2 slices of bread.
You know this is a taco truck, right?
As a small business owner, you've got enough to deal with. Let the experts at Progressive insure your business so you can focus on whatever that was. With over 30 commercial, auto, and business coverage options, we'll build a plan that's right for you.
Oh, I'll have Swiss on that too. Thank you.
Visit progressivecommercial.com to get started. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Pay fast with the Master Pass. Don't buy it. Master Pass it. Pay fast with the Master Pass. Simple and easy. Pay fast with the Master Pass. Don't buy it. Master Pass it. Pay fast with the Master Pass. Secure and so easy.
MasterPass, the simple, secure way to pay for MasterCard. Accepted at select merchants.
Don't buy it. Master Pass it.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Telephone number 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Mark Davis is going to check in tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Let's find out what he's got planned for Inauguration Day 2016.
Hey, JD, are you enjoying your final show of the Obama presidency? Ooh, I just got chills. How long have we waited for the end of this era? That wait is over tomorrow. How much did we yearn for a president that would change so much of our recent bad direction? We got it, brother. We got it. Join us tomorrow morning, Mark Davis Show pre-inauguration festivities. Special guests from the scene, your thoughts on the spectacle, and as the hour approaches, a live look at everything going on. Inauguration morning, 7 to 10 a.m., Mark Davis Show tomorrow, right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Thanks very much, Mark. I appreciate it, my friend, my good friend. Boy, this was quite a term in office. Mark Davis joined us just about as the second term of President Obama got started. And to work with such an amazingly gifted broadcaster has been just a complete joy for me. I've long been a very harsh critic of our mainstream media. How long, you might ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. 15 years, I suppose. The reason I've been such a harsh critic is because the mainstream media sucks. It's terrible at its job, which doesn't mean that the people doing the sucky journalism that you are that is inflicted on you every day is not coming to you from true professionals, which makes it even worse. We're going to deal with CNN today, and the reason we're going to deal with CNN today is because of something that they did the other day, which was horrifyingly irresponsible in every possible way, shape, or form. It happened day before yesterday. Well, it happened yesterday. It happened on CNN's The Situation Room. Host Wolf Blitzer aired a segment with a chyron featuring the headline, Developing Now. During that developing segment, Blitzer and correspondent Brian Todd discussed what would happen if an incoming president and his immediate successors were wiped out on day one. From there, CNN contributor Brian Todd took over to outline the line of succession if an attack blew up the inaugural dais, killing both Trump and Spence. The upshot was that in the case of both heads of state being killed, the Secretary of State would take over. Currently, that man is John Kerry, but in case someone objected because his office would also end at noon on Inauguration Day, then it would become the Speaker of the House, Representative Paul Ryan. The report also noted that the designated survivor appointed by the Obama administration could also become president in case of a disaster. So, in CNN's analysis, most of the people who would take over in the worst case scenario would keep the Obama administration in power, at least indirectly. So while most of the country was looking to enjoy the day's events and waiting expectantly to hear what our new president will have to say for his first address, CNN is wondering what would happen if he's assassinated. The typical saws of what would happen if Fox had aired this same story in January of 2009, 2 days before President Barack Obama's inauguration. I'll tell you what would happen. They'd be hounded out of business. That's what would happen. CNN should be hounded out of business. CNN is fading fast. CNN has big problems. CNN is not a worthy news organization. It started out, strangely enough, when Ted Turner brought it into being. It started out being a pretty damn good news organization. It did. Bernard Shaw, before he lost it, was a completely respected journalist who was a journalist. Their budget was a particle of a network budget for a half-hour news show every day, and CNN was on 24/7, 365. It was truly an amazing achievement. But then things started to go wrong. People began to notice. Before you could say bias, CNN became the Clinton News Network. Then after hiring a spectacular succession of foreign news agents or news, I'm trying to find another word for, I guess it would be news commentators. Christine Amanpour was one. Piers Morgan was another one. Their mission at CNN was to show up and talk about how lousy America was. Ratings began to slip. Piers Morgan was relegated to his original country, and Christine Amanpour was relegated to the weekends and obscurity. Good. Probably where Wolf Blitzer needs to go next. Reporting on the assassination of the president-elect 2 days before the inauguration is journalistic malpractice. It is yelling fire in a church. It is more wishful thinking from a bitter, angry organization that wanted Hillary Clinton to continue the socialistic, elite kissing progressive left. Because this is not a news organization. This is the propaganda wing of the progressive left party in the United States political system. I've seen CNN do many, many terrible things. Taking a news crew past a house where audible muffled screams could be heard because the people inside were suffering torment that can't be described at the hands of the sons of Saddam Hussein. The reason that they drove past that house instead of knocking on the door to see what was going on inside is because Saddam Hussein had promised them an exclusive interview. And they didn't want to do anything to upset that degenerate, murdering head of state. The American left and the American major news media they're out of answers. One would hope that they are at the end of this policy that says politics is more important than news, but I don't know that that's the case. Why don't I know that? Well, because the guy running CNN is scarcely better than many of the people that are working for him. Gabriel Sherman from New York Magazine sat down with Jeffrey Zucker in a wide-ranging discussion that started with questions about President-elect Donald Trump refusing to answer a question from CNN's Jim Acosta because, as he said, CNN was the fake news. This is how the conversation started, by Gabriel Sherman asking Zucker after Trump attacked CNN for reporting on the intelligence chief's briefing on the Russian dossier. You issued a strongly worded statement defending your story. What made CNN decide to publish reporting on the existence of the dossier? I actually think this was a pretty easy call in terms of its news value. See, this is why CNN sucks. The fact is, the top 4 intelligence chiefs of the United States decided to include it in their briefing to the president and president-elect in a 2-page summary of allegations involving the president-elect. This, by the way, is fake news on its own, because those very same intelligence chiefs disavowed adding the summary after both Donald Trump and now CNN testified that it was included. The fact that a 2-page summary of allegations from these intelligence chiefs was given to the president-elect is newsworthy by any definition, says Zucker. Even if the allegations themselves weren't verified, we didn't pass judgment on the allegations. We reported what we had been able to, we had reported that we were not able to corroborate them, but you reported them nonetheless. The news was that the 2 most powerful people in the world had been briefed on the existence of these allegations. And of course, because you've briefed on what that there were allegations, you had to say what they were. You know what that is? That's a flipping lie that's beneath even the dimmest teenage boy. I was at the press conference at Trump Tower where Trump's incoming press secretary, Sean Spicer, and Trump himself denounced CNN and BuzzFeed as fake news. What do you think BuzzFeed's decision to publish the complete dossier? What do you think of that decision? They made a decision for themselves. They have to live with it. I'm not going to pass judgment on their decision. We do not think it was appropriate that for us, given that we had not been able to corroborate the allegations. When you have the president-elect saying, don't trust CNN, it's fake news, is that harmful? Then listen to what Zucker said. It's just unfortunate that the most powerful person in the world is trying to delegitimize journalism and an organization that plays such a vital role in our democracy. I'm sorry. Donald Trump, and once again, they bungle the story. Jeff Zucker bungles the story. Donald Trump is not delegitimizing journalism. He's delegitimizing CNN. Why? Because they deserve to be delegitimized. CNN is not an organization that plays a vital role in our democracy, unless you believe that character assassination of the Republican president-elect is vital to our democracy, which I believe is the case, which makes you propaganda. You see, I'll go ahead and skip up one level of malpractice. I won't say you're fake news. I'll just say you're propaganda for the progressive left of the United States. Over the weekend, it was reported that Trump is considering moving reporters out of the West Wing. How worried are you about Trump's attack on the press? As Tim Russert said, the role of the media is accountability of government. I think the press plays a much more important role in this administration. Their willingness and inclination to cherry pick facts, conflate and inflate things, will make covering this administration very challenging. Why? CNN does that very same thing. They cherry pick facts, they conflate and inflate things. They should be right at home. That means our role is more important than ever. Which role? The role of reporting the news or the role of character assassination of President Trump? Which, Mr. Zucker? We think CNN has a job to do. Hey, look, there's something I finally agree with. I just happen to believe that the job that CNN has to do is called journalism. You happen to believe it's try to bring down a Republican president. Zucker, CNN. Not a news organization. Not one worthy of your attention. How unworthy is CNN of your attention? An Indiana YMCA answers that question next on the Wells Report.
It's the inauguration that a lot of the country did not see coming, and the Democrats can't believe it's happening. Join us for the inauguration of this country's 45th president, Donald Trump. Despite all of the naysayers, Donald Trump shocked America and the world, beating Hillary Clinton, and now it's time to see how he can handle the most powerful job on the planet. Join us for the inauguration of Donald Trump. Friday. Coverage begins at 10 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hi, this is Debbie Georgatos. Donald Trump will become our new president this week, but America's role as the liberty leader of the world will be the same, supporting good answers on immigration, national security, the economy, and 1,000 other issues is not just the government's job, it's the job of patriotic Americans. Tune in to America Can We Talk Sunday, 6 to 8 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer or online at americacanwetalk.org. We talk truth about America and why it matters to you.
Do you know what AREA is? It's a real estate investor association, and it's where smart people go to obtain wholesale houses, get no money, no credit financing, team up with local investing partners to make money while learning about the business, and receive local market intelligence and training. Don't buy houses retail. That's ridiculous. And please don't waste your time and money going to a get-rich-quick seminar from a traveling pitchman. Come network with local DFW area real estate investors that are just getting started or take you to the next level. Come join the largest real estate investor network in Texas. We meet on Tuesday, January 24th at 6 p.m. at the Weston DFW Airport on John Carpenter Freeway. And you can register to attend for free by calling 800-804-8046. This month's topic, Launch Kit, how to launch your real estate investing in 2017. Call 800-804-8046. Write it down. That's 800-804-8046 to attend any of our upcoming meetings and to receive a valuable Texas real estate training program for free. Brought to you by the DFW Real Estate Investors Association.
Do the Google search results for you or your business make you angry? Unfavorable comments, negative reviews, embarrassing pictures, and harmful articles on the internet are worse than irritating. They can really damage your life and your livelihood. Why? People treat online search results as facts, even if they're not true. Fortunately, you can get real relief from negative search results with ReputationDefender.com. Reputation Defender combats harmful search content using our patented system that makes the best things jump out when people Google you. Trust your personal and professional reputation to the experts with over 10 years experience getting results. Visit ReputationDefender.com to get a free no-obligation expert consultation and Reputation Defender's free online monitoring service, which gives you a detailed picture of how you look online. To get started for free or to learn more, visit Reputation Defender on the web at ReputationDefender.com.
At Simple Sleep Services, we believe the best way to treat the serious medical condition of sleep apnea is the easy way. Our team of doctors are experts in providing the least invasive treatment for snoring and sleep apnea. A custom-fit, comfortable solution that you simply pop in before bed each night and wake up feeling refreshed. And it's covered by medical insurance. You don't have to endure the cumbersome CPAP mask or go through the pain and downtime of surgery or implants. We are the most experienced team in the nation providing our treatment. Your diagnosis will be from a board-certified sleep physician using today's latest technology. Let us start you down the path of a restful night's sleep. Visit simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. Treat your sleep apnea and snoring the simple way. No CPAP, no surgery, no implants, just simple sleep. Go to simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. Don't spend another night on the couch or sleeping alone. simplesleepservices.com.
This is Eric Metaxas. Over the last year, I've been telling you about Liberty University's online degree programs, and many of you have begun completing your education through Liberty. For those of you who have not taken the step, a new year always offers new opportunities. So why not make 2017 the year you finally decide to finish your degree? Liberty University is the world's largest Christian university with over 95,000 students studying around the world through Liberty's online programs. So maybe you've procrastinated. You may have even convinced yourself that you just don't have the time. Well, the only thing standing in the way of completing your college education now is you. So whatever your excuses or reasons, 2017 can be the year you make it happen but you need to start now. So pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250 and say the keywords Liberty University. That's pound 250 and say the keywords Liberty University. Flexible, affordable, possible. Liberty University online. Dial pound 250 and say the keywords Liberty University.
Listen to us live on iHeartRadio, 660 AM. The Answer. If it's important to you, it's on the Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number 866-660-5759. Stan in Royce City. Welcome to the Wells Report. Good to have you here, my friend.
Thank you. CNN has it all wrong. The line of succession, it's president, vice president, speaker of the House, then it goes to the president of the Senate, which is Orrin Hatch, and then it goes to Secretary of State.
Yes, you're completely corrected. Thank you very much. They bungled the story again. CNN is not a serious organization. It's just not a serious news organization anymore. They don't know what they're doing. And oh, by the way, I will certainly stand by the editorial policies and standards and practices of the Wells Report long before I'd ever stand up for anything that CNN does. I don't think they're serious. I think they're a propaganda outfit. How bad is this? How about this? A YMCA in Indiana has removed CNN from the live TV in its wellness and exercise areas over complaints from the members upset by the constant fake news the cable network airs. Valparaiso, Indiana YMCA issued a statement to members that the cable news network was removed from family TVs because too many members complained about the programming. Deborah Keppen, the YMCA's chief development officer, said trying to please everyone is the number one problem we have in the wellness area, according to Chicago Trib. Earlier this week, Robert Wanek, CEO of Valparaiso YMCA, sent a message to members saying, in order to eliminate perceived political bias, we are going to take CNN off the televisions. That's how bad it is. Zucker, you either need to get to work on that network or you need to quit. Same advice for CNN in general. This is the Wells Report.
It is not easy to know if you're making the right decisions with your finances and savings. If your financial plan is even slightly out of tune, you may be paying too much for taxes or retiring without a sound income plan. Jamie Blumenthal at Retirement Strategies and Solutions can help. Listen to 660 AM The Answer Saturdays at 8 p.m. to retire the right way. Or call Jamie now at 800-287-1667. That's 800-287-1667.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis from my friends at Climate Evangelist Eye Center. Huddle up. Let's get real. Come on. Raise your hand if you've already broken most New Year's resolutions. All right. Guilty here, too. Look, it's okay. Before you beat yourself up, not too late to switch some gears. Switch to your New Year's goal of better vision with the corneal inlay procedure from my friends at Climate Evangelista. If you're tired of the on and off relationship, literally, with your reading glasses, where are they? I've lost them. I need them. I can't find them. 1-800-714-2020. 1-800-714-2020 for the corneal inlay. Proven results, breakthrough technology. They take it from there. They do the work. You reap the reward. Best part, interest-free financing for qualified patients. Ask them about it when you call 1-800-714-2020. You take off your reading glasses to drive. You go to the gym. Wait a minute, I'm watching TV. I need them. I don't need them. They're under the bed. They're in the car. It's a nightmare. 1-800-714-2020 or My Inlay, MyINLAY, myinlay.com.
Have you put off seeing the dentist because you can't afford to go? Are big dental bills taking a big toll on your wallet? Would you like to have dental insurance but think it's too expensive? If you answered yes to any of these questions, call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company for a free information kit. See how you can help protect your teeth and your wallet for less than $1 a day. 1-800-300-0855.
Yeah. Hello? Hello? This is John David Wells speaking. Where are you? Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, to those people, all 8 of you, 8, who are watching on the television thing, it's now promo time. So you're not hearing the show. The show's going on in the background. You're going to hear me perfectly speak several promos for tomorrow. Off we go. Many people have reported that President Obama is happy and looking forward to his retirement. But Ed Klein, friend of the Wells Report and incredible journalist, has a different story to tell. According to his connections, President Obama, while he's been smiling through his victory lap, is deeply hurt, angry, and depressed. Do you think that's true? We're going to find out with Ed Klein. He joins us tomorrow, next time on the Wells Report. We find out with Ed Klein next time on the Wells Report.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You want that to be a promo on Trump's inauguration?
Yeah, okay. It's Inauguration Day. Donald Trump becomes the 45th President of the United States. On the next edition of the Wells Report, we're going to cover that story like a blanket. Also, what about President Obama as he heads towards retirement? Is he the happy-go-lucky guy that the press has been saying? Or is he somewhat different? Ed Klein joins us with his viewpoint next time on the Wells Report. Mark Davis, good Inauguration Day, my friend. Donald Trump becomes the 45th President of the United States, and it has been a pleasure watching that story unfold all term long. Yeah, it's been a pleasure watching that story unfold with you for the last 4 years of the Obama presidency. Coming up later on in the Wells Report, we put a finishing touch on today's Inauguration Day, and we also talk with Ed Klein, who has an interesting perspective, courtesy of some inside informants, about President Obama's actual attitude as he left power. You don't want to miss any of it as we continue to celebrate the 45th President of the United States here on 660 AM The Answer.
Sunday morning from 8 to 11 a.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis with a big happy new year from my friends at Good Feet. The folks at Good Feet tell you a lot about pain, getting out of pain, because foot pain can become leg pain, hip pain, even back pain. But you know what? Maybe you're not in pain, but you could just be better balanced, more comfortable, much more supported while working out. Yes, arch supports, the right kind of arch support. America's #1 arch support is great for you. If you're not having pain, you're just walking a lot, working out a lot. It's just a good idea for everybody. So visit the Good Feet stores, Plano, Fort Worth, Southlake, or check them out online, goodfeetdfw.com. goodfeetdfw.com. Arch support's designed for all activities, all shoe types. Listen, these folks have been around for more than 20 years, helping millions experiencing foot, knee, hip, or back pain. Visit one of those 3 locations, Southlake, Plano, Fort Worth, or look them up at goodfeetdfw.com. goodfeetdfw.com. Get out of pain or get in better shape today with my friends at Good Feet. goodfeetdfw.com.
Message and data rates may apply. This message is only for men who want vein-popping gains. If you're not ready to build serious muscle, change the station now, because we're only giving complimentary bottles of Volcano to guys who aren't afraid to stack on the plates. Volcano is the professional-grade pre-workout nitric oxide booster from Force Factor, the groundbreaking muscle builder that GNC just can't keep in stock. This incredibly powerful supplement is not for everyone. If you're not ready to get ripped, don't bother. Everyone else can get a complimentary bottle by texting MASS to 369-369. Volcano gives you an explosive boost in nitric oxide, which quickly amplifies your energy and power. You'll tackle every rep with more intensity and endurance, better drive and performance, and faster recovery. The result? A serious increase in lean muscle mass, size, strength, and definition guaranteed. Ready for shocking gains? Get your complimentary bottle of Volcano by texting MASS to 369-369. That's MASS to 369-369.
Chris Tomlin presents Worship Night in America. Chris Tomlin. Big Daddy Weave. Phil Wickham. Zach Williams. Mosaic MSC and speaker Jason Barton. Don't Don't miss this amazing night as the church joins together. An awakening event from the Awakening Foundation.
Coming April 21st and April 22nd to Verizon Theater at Grand Prairie. On sale now. Get your tickets at AXS.com.
That's April 21st and 22nd at the Verizon Theater in Grand Prairie. Tickets are available now at AXS.com.
Do you have low back or neck pain? Does it run down your arms or your legs? Do you have a bulging or herniated disc degeneration, or spinal arthritis? Even worse, have you been told you need back surgery or injections? If you answered yes, then please listen to what I have to say. My name is Dr. Chad Vines, DC, at Genesis Back and Neck, and I use the most advanced spinal decompression system available, the DRX 9000, to correct back problems just like yours. We don't use addictive drugs, and we don't use any type of dangerous invasive surgery for these problems. Spinal decompression is safe, FDA cleared, and it's not painful, and has about an 86% success rate. We accept most insurances, and your first visit will be at no charge. You will sit down and visit with me personally until I've answered all of your questions. And if you're a candidate for decompression, you can try out the treatment all at no charge to you. So if you're ready to not hurt anymore and don't want to have surgery, call me at 817-328-1922. That's 817-328-1922, or online at mylowback.com.
A good enough dinner isn't good or enough. So plan for great with Plated. Only at Plated.com can you choose from delicious weekly recipes, plus dessert. All the shopping and measuring is done for you and delivered right to your door. Fun step-by-step recipes will have the whole family chopping and stirring. If you go to Plated.com now, you'll get $30 off your first Plated night. Pretty great, right? Plated nights will definitely be your greatest nights. For terms and details, go to Plated.com.
This is 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. Something happened today. A couple of things happened today that I think you actually, the one thing that I'm going to talk about happened tomorrow. What am I saying? One of the things that I'm about to talk about happened yesterday. And one of the things happened today. There's a gal out there. I spent a little bit of time on this yesterday, but didn't expect to come in and find no less than 5 articles on what I was discussing, which was the horrifying, completely unnecessary, without any shred of doubt, the most embarrassing attempt at assassination, figurative assassination, of somebody who wants to help the nation out. Betsy DeVos was nominated by President-elect Trump to be the new Secretary of Education. And she sat down in front of a vapid group of bitter Democrats who embarrassed themselves beyond the pale as they tried to push this woman around and humiliate her for her insistence and her willingness to serve the kids of the United States of America. Her detractors did everything they could to smear the prominent reformer from Michigan. Teachers union leaders have been especially vitriolic in their opposition to her appointment. In nominating DeVos, Trump makes it loud and clear that his education policy will focus on privatizing, defunding, and destroying public education in America. That's Lily Eskelsen Garcia. Her counterpart at the National Education Association claims that DeVos is an actual danger to our students and has made a career of trying to destroy neighborhood public schools. Others who criticize her complain that she's a billionaire, never attended a public school, has no teaching experience. All of that is true. Even in the school choice movement, there are many who are not ready to support her. The only nationally recognized parent group backing DeVos is the New York City Parents Union. attributed to in part lingering concerns about being caught in a confirmation crossfire directed by powerful special interests and efforts to marginalize supportive parents. If you want to know what that's like, try homeschooling your kid. You'll have more people calling you names than you ever thought possible. USA Today says that DeVos should be confirmed and should look to partner with real-world parents in leading the path for change. Again, and then let me go on to say that let's see, Tim Kaine, who was the vice presidential choice of Hillary Clinton, was nasty, condescending, sarcastic, and unbelievably rude to Betsy DeVos. So was Elizabeth Warren. That woman is a walking, talking monument to self-inflation, and someone who would conflate her actual use in society to the point of ridiculousness. These people are sitting in front of a billionaire. And it would be one thing if the public schools had a better record. But they don't, you see. They have a lousy record, especially in inner cities. Why is it that inner city schools are so bad? Well, it's because the government hasn't supported the cities enough. In the words of a Detroit councilwoman, haven't brought enough bacon. Well, the United States government invested $30 billion in Baltimore over the years. Their schools have scarcely gotten better, and any willingness to go into Baltimore to help out any further in those neighborhoods went up quite literally in smoke with a CVS drugstore because the city prosecutor decided to blame police for something that was a neighborhood hood's fault. That's not my assertion. That's not my opinion. That's not anything but the news, because every court, every juror, everybody decided in favor of every cop. Politics became too important to major cities. Politics became more important than educating kids. Reasonable parents who believed that education was what they were sending their kids to public school for, thus left the building, leaving only kids that were trapped there. And things got worse, not better. Nobody in those schools said, hey, you know what? All these kids are leaving because they say it's a lousy school. Maybe we should be better at it. No, that's not what they said. They said it couldn't possibly be us. It's got to be something else. More people leave. Can't be us. Got to be somebody else. More people leave. More violence. Isn't it strange that all these people are talking about how big a problem of bullying is in schools, and yet they don't do anything about it? They don't ever solve the problem. Is it because it's intractable and you can't solve the problem? I solved the problem. Hey, just want to let you know that my son Colton is going to knock Anthony on his ass next time he picks on him. Oh, no, he can't do that. We'll suspend him. No, you won't. What do you mean we won't? It's school policy that anybody fights is suspended. Colton has complained to you 3 times so far, right? Well, yeah. Has the bullying stopped? No. Colton's going to stop it this afternoon, probably. It's about every 2 or 3 days that Anthony decides to lose his flipping mind and start picking on Colton. Colton's going to drop him like a sack of millet. I just thought you'd like to know. Well, we're going to suspend him, and I'll see you in court. But you see, it's not about bullying. See, they want bullies in school because that way they can justify the transgender LBTQRS TUVWXYZW, whatever. They can justify bringing that agenda into school to create more sensitivity for LGBTQ people, students, because they're the most vulnerable ones. And they're being bullied because we're incompetent. And I mean, we can't solve the problem. I mean, because they're bullied. Okay, fine. Go ahead and deal with that. We're going to leave. That is the system that these learned scholars and and political engineers are standing up for. I have it right here. Let the record show that liberal Democrats, the progressive left, believe that kids should be trapped in lousy schools for the sake of union dues and political power. They suck. And here's Betsy DeVos. She wants to do something about it. Obviously, the people that you guys have signed off on, presidential term in, presidential term out, presidential term in, presidential term out, all the people that you have sent to the full Senate for advice and consent with your approval, have done nothing. They are incompetent. They are lousy at their jobs. With the exception of Dr. Bill Bennett, who, after his stint as Secretary of Education, decided to come up with his own school curriculum. He put it all together. People use it to this very day. Couldn't get anything done with the Department of Education, so he provided an alternative. Meanwhile, the education lobby works every way they possibly can to reduce the number of appointments to service academies for homeschooled kids. Oh, is it because they're stupid and they don't know what they're doing? No. They outperform public school kids in standardized testing. Well, it's the standardized testing that's the problem. See, these parents they're stupidly teaching their children to the test. What are you teaching the kids to? Well, there's a beautiful gay life festival in Mannheim, Germany going on the next couple of weeks. We talked about that in German 1 today. Do they learn any German?
Sauerkraut.
Yeah. Bratwurst. Great. Sauerkraut. And Billy, what's the German word for bun? Come on. If we come up with that, we've got an entire lunch. By the way, do you know what the word for jelly donut is? Berliner. That's the German word for a jelly donut. Berliner. Makes the JFK speech at the Brandenburg Gate just a little bit different when you realize that at the end of it, he said, "Ich bin ein Berliner." I am a jelly donut. Everybody knew what he was saying, but, you get the idea. So Betsy DeVos had to undergo horrific treatment by our employees. Al Franken, saying, well, this is something that everybody's talking about. This is something you should be well versed on. Did you know anything about it until you sat down behind a paper that said this was a very important topic that everybody was talking about. Senator Franken. By the way, in case you're wondering, he's got a plan for after his senatorial career. He's going to retire and make vessels to drink beer out of. I can hardly wait to purchase a brand new Senator Al Frankenstein. Hope he puts bolts on both sides of it. This is the Wells Report.
Make plans now for a once-in-a-lifetime adventure to the Holy Land. The Stand with Israel tour is happening this fall. Join Dennis Prager and Mike Gallagher on a 9-day trip to Israel that will offer you timely insights into Israel's fascinating past and promising future. In the context of Jerusalem's 50-year anniversary, experience the Western Wall, modern Tel Aviv, the Dead Sea, and much more. All in the comfort and safety of first-class accommodations. For trip details, visit standwithisraeltour.com.
You need a plan as you get closer to retirement, a plan that will take you from where you are now to the retirement you've always dreamed about. The first step on that path is to tune into Wealth Smart, Saturdays at 9 a.m. Your host is Reed Johnson, president of Lake Point Advisory Group. You only retire once, but Reed helps people retire every day. Don't miss Wealth Smart every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at lakepointadvisorygroup.com for information on our free area steak dinner seminars and start working on your dream retirement now.
Just a heads up. This week is your last chance to save with Simply Safe's massive New Year's sale. Get $200 off their best-selling security system of 2016. This Simply Safe system has an arsenal of 17 security sensors to secure each door and window. It's got everything you need to protect your home. There's a panic button, a blaring extra siren, and a wireless connection to authorities and police dispatch, so your family, your home, and everything in it stays safe around the clock. And with Simply Safe, there's no long-term contract, no installation costs, and no hidden fees. So if you're worried at all about your home, don't wait. These Simply Safe security systems are flying off the shelves. Order today, and you'll also get free shipping and a 60-day risk-free trial with a full refund if you don't like it. Get your $200 off at simplysafe.com/holiday200. Hurry, this sale ends Sunday at midnight. simplysafe.com/holiday200.
And now I will tell you about something medically that works. How was that for an intro? I'm about to say it because I never really thought I would. I took Relief Factor as the first pain reliever I would ever endorse because of how it worked for my wife and my colleague Hugh Hewitt. Well, now I can tell you that this thing is just short of some sort of miracle. See, I had an ongoing pain, not terrible, just a pain. I simply assumed I would just live with it. Then I got some knee pain as a result of some of my workouts, so I decided I would take it for the knee pain, and now both are gone. That's why I think of this as sort of a miracle drug. ReliefFactor.com. All I ask is that you visit their website, and then you decide whether or not you try it out. Clearly, it can't help everybody. There is no such thing. But it certainly helps a lot of people, and now I can include me as one of them. So go to ReliefFactor.com.
The U.S. economy has been getting stronger, and home values have been increasing. This good economic news presents a unique financial opportunity for you. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans. Many of our clients have been taking cash out of their homes, a strategy that might work for you. The smart move is to refinance your mortgage right now with Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.25%, APR 4.43%. Call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN to see how much we can lower your mortgage payment. For 7 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. And for the third year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in the nation for mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Hiring is the most challenging part of my job. It's really hard. The searching, the sorting through resumes. Most people don't have the right experience.
We started using ZipRecruiter about 3 months ago. Right from the start, you could tell it was going to make hiring a lot easier. One click and my job was posted to 200 plus job boards, all the top sites.
All of the candidates came to my dashboard, and it's easy to compare them. Thumbs up if I liked them, thumbs down if I didn't. No emails and attachments, printing up docs, phone calls, none of that.
And I couldn't believe the number of great applicants we got. I had the person we needed within 1 week. I don't know how we hired before ZipRecruiter.
Whether you're looking to fill one position or 20, find the best candidates with ZipRecruiter, where your job is just one click away from 200 plus job sites. ZipRecruiter, the fastest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/postjobs. That's ZipRecruiter.com/postjobs. ZipRecruiter.com/postjobs.
660 AM. The Answer. Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number 866-660-5759. By the way, as a part of that, Betsy DeVos was asked a stupid question by someone. She was asked, do guns belong in schools? Let's see. And she answered, that's best left for states and locales to decide. Senator Christopher Murphy asked if guns had any place in or around schools. I would refer that back to Senator Enzi and the school he was talking about in Wyoming. I would imagine there's probably a gun in the school to protect from potential grizzlies. Murphy didn't seem concerned about grizzlies or find it worth mocking since he immediately moved on. If President Trump moves forward with his plan to ban gun-free school zones, will you support the proposal? The answer is this. Do guns belong in schools? Yes. Yes. If police officers belong in schools, so do guns being worn by police officers. Since that's already a fait accompli, let's just leave it at that, shall we? If they wanted to press, then what you say is yes. What happens when a deranged gunman goes to a school and there is no gun there to defend the school from him? That's right. Teachers and students die. Do we have any idea what happens at schools when a gunman shows up and starts killing teachers and students when someone is there with a gun? No. Why don't we have that in our database of knowledge? Well, because there should be no guns at schools. Oh, so the kids should be there defenseless against some deranged psychopath with a gun. You see, the people in those hearing rooms aren't used to hearing stuff like that. If you want to get a job, you have to kiss their office.
Kiss their feet.
Office? I thought that was funny. Because, add an R and no. It's just one R away from accuracy. Anyway, so yeah, guns belong in schools to protect teachers and students from deranged other gunmen. Well, there shouldn't be deranged other gunmen, right? Well, what we need to do is we need to get rid of all guns. Sure, like they do in France. Yeah, Charlie Hebdo. Oh, well, you see, you can kick these people's butts if you just think. The question is, at the end of it, regardless of whether or not you're right, you may not get the job. Because these people don't want to know. The people of the United States have suddenly awakened to the shock and stark reality that the people running the show in the United States of America are clueless. This is the Wells Report.
Hi, I'm Rick Foster with Guardian Financial Management and the host of Plain Talk No Worries Financial Hour. Heard right here on 660 AM at 4 o'clock every Saturday. Do you know why the stock market did so well in the 80s and 90s and why there have been 2 major crashes in the last 16 years? You need to know the reasons why so you can make the right decisions for your family. Listen to Plain Talk No Worries here every Saturday at 4 o'clock and we will pull back the curtains and show you the truth. That's 4 o'clock on Saturday right here on 660 AM The Answer.
This is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, and I'd like to invite you to join me for our talk show every Sunday morning. We're actually trying to convert the world to organics. We talk about the natural organic program for farming, ranching, gardening, and pest control. Also, a lot of talk about health issues for animals and people. Hope you can join us for all the fun.
Make sure to tune in to Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Just look at them, having a great time. You think 6 weeks ago, I was just installed. All it took was one last spilled drink on their old dingy carpet, and they had enough of him. Thank goodness. They got the professionals at Adair's Fine Floors in here, and just look at me. I'm gorgeous. I'm not just your average wood floor. I take crazy traffic like a pro, and it's all because my homeowners called Adair's Fine Floors. Susan and Richard Adair came in, talked to the family, figured out what their needs were, and helped them find the perfect floor to fit their lifestyle. Adair's Fine Floors has a large selection with free sample checkouts, and they chose me. That's not all. Just look around. The coordinating accessories suggested by Adair's Floors. That rug over there? Yep, Adair's Floors. They offer free design and decorating assistance too, giving the home just the right look. Visit adairsfloors.com to get your home started on the right look for you. That's adairsfloors.com.
The Google search results for you or your business make you angry. Unfavorable comments, negative reviews, embarrassing pictures, and harmful articles on the internet are worse than irritating. They can really damage your life and your livelihood. Why? People treat online search results as facts, even if they're not true. Fortunately, you can get real relief from negative search results with ReputationDefender.com. Reputation Defender combats harmful search content using our patented system that makes the best things jump out when people Google you. Trust your personal and professional reputation to the experts with over 10 years experience getting results. Visit ReputationDefender.com to get a free no-obligation expert consultation and Reputation Defender's free online monitoring service, which gives you a detailed picture of how you look online. To get started for free or to learn more, visit Reputation Defender on the web at ReputationDefender.com.
This is a life-changing message for anyone with sleep apnea who is on the go and tired of dragging around a big, bulky home CPAP device. Now there's finally a portable device that's as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. You can even add a battery that's as tiny as a deck of cards. It's the Transcend Mini CPAP, and if you're one of the first 100 callers, you can try Transcend risk-free for 10 days. So call now, 1-800-400-9121. Transcend is the world's first portable mini CPAP device. It gives you the freedom to sleep in total comfort anywhere you are. Our smallest and most advanced portable design ever, Transcend is so small and so light, you can fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. It's FAA compliant too, so you can even sleep comfortably while flying. To guarantee your 10-day in-home trial, you must be one of the first 100 callers to call minicpap.com now. 1-800-400-9121. Again, that's 1-800-400-9121.
Do you have real estate that you want to sell? Is it an apartment building, a shopping center, waterfront property, or even a modest townhome? If you're not getting offers, it's not the market, and it's not your fault. More options are always better than fewer ones, and there may be options that you haven't been given, options that every seller has, but that most owners and agents don't understand. Let me tell you about Charles Parrish. Everyday people call Charles with real estate they want to sell. When Charles makes an offer to sell your real estate, there are no commissions or settlement costs, and he pays all cash. He's licensed, bonded, insured, and A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. And he's been buying property, auctioning real estate, and getting owners the money they need for 45 years. Call now for a no-obligation consultation about all of your options at 682-593-5171. That's 682-593-5171. Or log on and go to charlesparish.com. Call now. 682-593-5171.
660 AM, The Answer. The Wells Report, a daily good old-fashioned North Texas barbecue of anybody trying to take advantage of us on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. You look like Fred Astaire. Very graceful. He was very, very good. I'm talking about Rick Perry today as he nailed down his new position as Secretary of Energy. Let's see. Tom Benning of the Washington Bureau of the Dallas Morning News said it beautifully. Rick Perry danced through his hearing for Energy Secretary using a two-step of charm and chops. He did. He did. More than 5 years after the Republican famously forgot in a presidential debate that the Energy Department was an agency he wanted to eliminate. Actually, it was not the Energy Department. He named that one. It was the Education Department that he forgot. Perry said today he regrets ever having the agency on the chopping block. That frank approach largely disarmed Democrat critics, while his smooth performance signaled an easy confirmation. A Democrat, Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia, even introduced Perry as a friend who's uniquely qualified for the job. But in seeking redemption, thanks to President-elect Donald Trump, Perry pushed even further to shake the image of a bumbling yokel. He projected fluency in policy over nuclear stockpiles, environmental cleanup, and supercomputing. He cast himself time and again as the agency's advocate, pledging to protect scientists, fight against budget cuts, and championing the importance of research. I'm not going to tell you that I'm not going to be 1,000% successful in that, but people know me. They know my commitment to making sound science, economic science, connect together. The stunning redefinition marked the biggest step yet for Perry on his march toward renewed political relevance. Considering his standing just a few months ago, a twice-failed presidential candidate whose lackluster polling numbers left him off GOP primary debate stages. A former governor indicted, but since cleared on an abuse of power charge, a cartoonish figure on reality TV. And even his current resurrection comes at the hands of Trump, a once bitter rival who said on the campaign trail that Perry wore glasses so that people think he's smart. Perry on Thursday pitched a different kind of record, the years of job growth in Texas under his watch and the Texas's unprecedented embrace of energy sources like wind and natural gas. So comfortable was he in the setting that he mocked his own brutal debate moment from years ago. Asked about news report that the Trump team is proposing significant budget cuts at the Energy Department, the Texan didn't miss a beat. Maybe they will have the same experience I had and forget that they said it. Senators reciprocated the warm feelings. Texas Senator John Cornyn, a Republican, called Perry a tremendous leader of the highest caliber, saying he was simply the right man for the job. Though Perry's would-be predecessors have been award-winning scientists, many senators were undeterred by that tradition. I don't subscribe to the view that only a scientist can manage other scientists, said Linda Murkowski, the Senate Republican, the Alaska Republican who leads the committee. Democrats appeared unwilling to seize upon seething critiques lobbied from afar. Environmentalists and Texas Democrats ginned up the resistance, with Lone Star Project's Matt Engel saying the one constant in Rick Perry's career is corruption. Yeah, right. They pointed to Perry's spotty science record, one that invited controversy over a tech fund and other measures. In some groups, the National Resources Defense Council zeroed in on Perry's close financial and political ties to the energy industry. Heaven forbid you wouldn't want an energy secretary that knew anybody in the energy industry, would you? Only Vermont Senator Barry Sanders, the one-time White House candidate, pursued the former governor with any vigor. He tried repeatedly to pin down Perry on whether he believes climate change is a global crisis that requires massive cuts in carbon emissions. Perry had led off the morning by distancing himself from Trump's view that climate change is a hoax, explaining bluntly that the climate is changing, but the Texan also hedged on climate change's causes, saying some of it's man-made, some of it is naturally occurring. Perry's attempt to avoid Sanders' questions only raised the tension. A better thing would be for to say right now that you recognize that we have a global crisis, said the senator. Perry touted the need to maintain American leadership in the area of scientific inquiry. He pledged to visit all 17 of the Energy Department's national laboratories. He held up an all-of-the-above energy approach. He stressed the seriousness of national security. Asked about storing nuclear waste at Nevada's Yucca Mountain, he said the issue can no longer be used as a political football. Asked about keeping key nuclear security staff in place through the White House shift, he said it would certainly be my desire to have that continuity. Asked about a Trump transition memo that appeared to target Energy Department employees who worked on climate change issues, Perry's disavowed the move. I didn't approve it. I don't approve it. I don't need that information. I don't want that information. That's not how I manage. Perry stumbled over some phrasing. He ended up no worse for the wear. He was asked by Senator Al Franken of Minnesota if Perry enjoyed their recent office visit. Perry said, I hope you're as much fun on that dais as you were on your couch. Franken enjoyed the moment. The room erupted in laughter. Perry said, excuse me, may I rephrase that, sir? Franklin said, oh my God, please. Oh my Lord. Yeah. Then Perry jumped back in. Well, I think we found our Saturday Night Live soundbite. Yeah, so there you go. Oh, by the way, speaking of climate change, Bernie Sanders is a guy who is trying to figure out how to scrape every piece of available money out of the hands of Americans and put it into the government. What he wants to do is he wants to put a tax on carbon because there's very little else to tax that could bring so much money into a government that would then waste it, like, well, the Obama administration, $9.488 trillion. Where'd that money go? $9 trillion. Where'd it go? Senator Sanders, this is what you need to be aware of. Scientists predict 2,000 kids would grow up without snow. That was 14 years ago. UK climate scientists argued that global warming would make snowfall a very rare and exciting event. Children just aren't going to know what snow is. The UK was hit with snowstorms last week. Last year, UK's climate authority predicted this winter would be drier than usual with only 15% chance of being wet. They are completely wrong. It's been 10 years since scientists predicted the end of skiing in Scotland. Scientists and environmentalists predicted the demise of Scotland's winter sports industry, including more remarks from Dr. David Viner, who'd already predicted the end of snow in Britain. Unfortunately, it's getting too hot for the Scottish ski industry. It's very vulnerable to climate change. The resorts have always been marginal in terms of snow, and the rate of climate change increases. It's going to be hard to see a long-term future. Adam Watson from the Center for Ecology and Hydrology in Banchory, Aberdeenshire, believes the industry has no more than 20 years left. Viner and Watson must have been surprised to see the BBC report that Scottish mountains may be their snowiest since 1945. There's a 75% chance that the entire northern polar ice cap during summer months would be completely ice-free within the next 5 to 7 years. This was from Vice President Al Gore in 2008. Gore was echoing projections made by the American scientist Władysław Maslowski in 2007, who said you can argue that it may be our projection that an ice-free Arctic by 2013 is already too conservative. In 2013, Arctic sea coverage was up 50% from 2012 levels. Data from Europe's Cryosat spacecraft showed that Arctic sea ice coverage was nearly 2,100 cubic miles by the end of this year's melting season. That's up from 1,400 cubic miles during the same time last year. Environmentalists predict the end of spring snowfall in March 2013. The Union of Concerned Scientists predicted that warmer springs would mean declines in snow cover. Warmer, earlier springs are a clear signal of a changing climate. March temperatures have grown 2.1 degrees Fahrenheit hotter on average than the United States since reliable record keeping began in the 1880s. But the record level of snowfall to hit this year may have caught the UCS off guard. On Monday, the U.S. East Coast was hit with a massive snowstorm that stretched for 1,300 miles, and those in Baltimore and D.C. area were hit with a 141-year record cold of 4 degrees on Tuesday morning. Getting the drift? You getting this yet? Climate change is a hoax. It always has been a hoax. It always will be a hoax. Because it's a hoax. Currently, the population of the Earth, the industrial output of the human endeavor, is not anywhere close to being large enough to affect this planet in any meaningful way. The reason people say this is because they have no idea how big the planet is. They have no idea how big the planet is. I'm looking forward to a new American day. I'm looking forward to a new American president. We have a few minutes left on this broadcast, the last Wells report during the Obama administration. If you would like to say goodbye to President Obama on this radio station, now's the time to call. 866-660-5759. All we're asking is a simple goodbye in some way, shape, or form. And I'd like to put as many of them together as I possibly can at the end of this broadcast. So if you've never called the broadcast before, now's a good time. 866-660-5759. Say goodbye to President Obama. 866-660-5759. Going to go through these just as quickly as I possibly can. Okay? Hurry up and call. We have 3 lines open right this very moment. And you can get this done. This is something you're going to want to do. The last few moments of the Obama administration. It will be exactly 12 hours in a few minutes before President Obama retires to citizenship. 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Mark in Denton, it's your turn.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that sincerely. Matt in Carrollton, your turn.
Good riddance.
Short, to the point, clean, clear. I like it. 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Your chance to say goodbye to the President of the United States, Barack Obama, right now. This is your last chance on the Wells Report. 866-660-5759. Andy in Dallas.
Good riddance.
No, it's already been said. You got to come up with a different one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, glad you're gone.
Okay. That was better. It really was better. 866-660-5759. Okay, if the phone is busy, just keep calling. All we're interested in is you saying goodbye to President Obama. All right? Politely, please. Thank you very much. Jeff in Dallas, your turn.
Goodbye, President Obama.
Well done. 866-660-5759. Sandy in Fort Worth.
Goodbye.
866-660-5759. Aubrey, Dallas.
Don't let the door hit you or the good Lord spit you.
Oh, okay. Still some lines open, still some time to get this done. So keep calling us. Your chance to say goodbye to President Obama continues next on 660 AM The Answer.
It is not easy to know if you're making the right decisions with your finances and savings. If your financial plan is even slightly out of tune, you may be paying too much for taxes or retiring without a sound income plan. Jamie Blumenthal at Retirement Strategies and Solutions can help. Listen to 660 AM The Answer Saturdays at 8 p.m. to retire the right way. Or call Jamie now at 800-287-1667. That's 800-287-1667.
Hi, this is Andy Tuttle, host of Tuttle Talk every Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer. We're in a real estate market where there's a lot of difficulty, but in difficulty, there's a lot of opportunity as well. Buying, selling, avoiding foreclosure, modifying your credit, all these things are so important to your livelihood. This show is dedicated to cutting through some of the big headlines that you see out there and teaching you how to win in any marketplace. Thank you for tuning in to Tuttle Talk every Sunday, 4 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer. I look forward to speaking with you.
At Simple Sleep Services, we believe the best way to treat the serious medical condition of sleep apnea is the easy way. Our team of doctors are experts in providing the least invasive treatment for snoring and sleep apnea, a custom-fit, comfortable solution that you simply pop in before bed each night and wake up feeling refreshed. And it's covered by medical insurance. You don't have to endure the cumbersome CPAP mask or go through the pain and downtime of surgery or implants. We are the most experienced team in the nation providing our treatment. Your diagnosis will be from a board-certified sleep physician using today's latest technology. Let us start you down the path of a restful night's sleep. Visit simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. Treat your sleep apnea and snoring the simple way. No CPAP, no surgery, no implants, just simple sleep. Go to simplesleepservices.com or call 469-685-1700. Don't spend another night on the couch or sleeping alone. simplesleepservices.com.
Acme Home Insurance.
Yes, I'd like to make a claim.
What are you wanting to claim, sir?
My air conditioner broke down.
Sorry, but your home insurance doesn't cover air conditioner breakdowns.
So what do you cover?
Home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
A zombie apocalypse? But that'll never happen.
But if it did, you'd be covered, sir.
But not my air conditioner?
I'm afraid not.
But his air conditioner could have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus components of 20 other major home systems and appliances, like his electrical system, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, call 1-800-700-1134. Home insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Life happens. Have a plan. Get a home warranty from American Home Shield. For valuable free information, call 1-800-700-1134. That's 1-800-700-1134. 1-800-700-1134.
For me, it was the big S class from the 90s. Beautiful. My friend's dad had one.
The SL. All of the SLs. I've been watching those since I was a kid.
I think the 1971 SC was the first Mercedes that just blew me away.
Everyone remembers the first time they saw one, and the day they began to long for a Mercedes-Benz of their own. Well, that day may be a lot closer than you think. With a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz, you can experience the luxury, the unparalleled safety, the performance, and the style Mercedes-Benz is famous for at a price you can afford. Beautiful SUVs, sedans, coupes, and convertibles that are factory certified and covered by an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 3 years, so you can drive without a worry for as far as you like. And during the certified pre-owned sales event going on now through February 28th, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services, only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
This is Eric Metaxas. Over the last year, I've been telling you about Liberty University's online degree programs, and many of you have begun completing your education through Liberty. For those of you who have not taken the step, a new year always offers new opportunities. So why not make 2017 the year you finally decide to finish your degree? Liberty University is the world's largest Christian university with over 95,000 students studying around the world through Liberty's online programs. So maybe you've procrastinated. You may have even convinced yourself that you just don't have the time. Well, the only thing standing in the way of completing your college education now is you. So whatever your excuses or reasons, 2017 can be the year you make it happen, but you need to start now. So pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250 and say the keywords Liberty University. That's pound 250 and say the keywords Liberty University. Flexible, affordable, possible. Liberty University online. Dial pound 250 and say the keywords Liberty University.
660 AM The Answer. 660 AMTheAnswer.com. Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report with John David Wells on 660 AM The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. John David Wells at your service. Your last chance to say goodbye to President Barack Obama. 866-660-5759. Chris in Fort Worth.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Let me get to Brad in Boomerton.
JD.
Yeah.
Change, my brother. 8 years of change, and now we have it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Get to Truman in El Paso, Texas.
Hey, I'm listening to you on iHeart, and I love your show.
Thank you, sir.
And I want to say hasta la vista.
Okay.
Like Chris said.
Perfect from El Paso. Appreciate it, Drew. Thank you so much. Let me get to Ron and Hazel. Your turn.
Yes, sir. To quote the late, great Rick Perry, our fine governor, adios, mofo.
You're the leader in the clubhouse, Ron. Let me get to Jack in Denton.
Hey, Barry, there's still time. Call Iran. Tell them we want our boats back.
The executive producer of the Wells Report is Vicki Steifer. Technical director, conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra is Magic Matt Swinney. My name is John David Wells. Thanks very much for listening to this edition of the Wells Report. Here's my see you later. May God bless and keep President Barack Obama far away from us. Happy inauguration tomorrow on the Wells Report. We'll see you then.
How will the future affect the money decisions you make now? Find out Saturday morning with Jerry Tuma and John Criswell on Smart Money. Smart Money will bring you the latest information regarding financial markets and what it means to you and your investment and retirement portfolio. Not knowing could be costly. Smart Money, a voice of experience and integrity with Jerry Tuma and John Criswell. Saturday mornings at 8 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hi, this is Debbie Georgavis. Donald Trump will become our new president this week, but America's role as the liberty leader of the world will be the same, supporting good answers on immigration, national security, the economy, and 1,000